In this video, we're going to show you how to create your first basic job in the Dusk IOP Next Generation Field Service Management Platform. From the top right, press Login. Enter your username and password and press Login again. To dispatch a job, we'll need to add something to it, either a client, an asset, a site, a store, etc. The easiest one to do is to add in a client. So from the left menu here, go into the archive box and then choose clients and add in a couple of basic details just to create some sample data. Once you've added a client in, come back down to that archive box and choose jobs at the top. From this screen here, click the green Add Job button. The reference ID is something that matters to you and your field team. It doesn't need to be unique. Assign a priority to the job. And the allocated time is the total time to do the job, including travel time. If you set up some staff in here already, you can choose them from the list. If you haven't, you can click the plus button here on the right-hand side. This opens a window and the required fields in here are the title, the first name, the last name, and email. Down here, you also need to assign a role. So in this one, there are predefined roles in the platform, so field staff and mobile app users. If you enter a mobile number here, you can then send the app straight down to that user by clicking the black Send the App button here. In our case, we've already got a field user set up, so we won't bother adding them in here. From this list here, we're just going to select our user. Then we choose a start date, a start time, an end time, and an end date. In here, we're going to choose client, but if you've got others set up, you can choose those. So we choose client, and we choose the client that was just set up then. We can enter a location for that client work. If there are any job readiness activities that need to take part, they can be selected from a list here. The same as if there's any equipment required for the job. The next part we're going to do is actually add the job. So using this button here on the right, we go in here and we choose a form name. This is the form that your field users will use to complete the activity out in the field. We click Create. From this screen here, we can then start dragging and dropping fields. So from the left, let's drag a text input field over. We're just going to call that one name. If it's required, we can tick that, but for this one we won't. Then let's just add a location in. We'll give that a name also, and we can choose the different types of fields that we do want to display with that as well. This is super basic, but it's something to get started with, and you can build out capability from there at your leisure. We then click Save down the bottom. This takes us through to the job settings screen, where we just have to assign that form to a job type, which then makes it available for scheduling. In this drop-down list here, we can start typing to choose it. So we called it Demo Job. We then can give the job type a name, which can actually be the same as well. This is where you would add in multiple forms if you had a multi-form job. Job categories allows you to show those jobs on a map, and the additional settings can be used here to turn off on and off job readiness and equipment. So in this case here, we've created the job type of demo. We're just going to save it. So back on this screen here, where it says job type, we're just going to scroll down and choose demo job, the one we just created. We've got everything we need in there now, and our mobile app has been sent down to our field user, or they've already been set up as a user and they're able to access it. So we're just going to click Dispatch now. We get a warning about job readiness because the field is currently empty, and we choose to proceed. We then get a reminder that once the job's dispatched that changes can't be made, and we just click Yes to that one. That job has now gone down to Wayne Foster out in the field for completion. As Wayne goes through, the different updates will come back into this screen here and the progress statuses will change. And that's how you create a basic job in the Dusky IoP Next Generation Field Service Management Platform.